welcome back and welcome to the next episode of 5 Minutes with Matt. My wife and I are up here at Penn State visiting our oldest daughter, Emma. It's been an awesome weekend. The weather's been fantastic. The blue and white game was yesterday. And then to my caving club subscribers, we did our first caving expedition. So looking forward to our next visit up here and hitting that next cave. In this week's video, we're talking about safety. As you know, last week we celebrated 6 months without an OSHA and all the behaviors that led to that. And I ran into Eric, and Eric and I were talking about how do we keep the momentum going, how do we keep adding positive energy behind it, and we decided the best way was to tape that conversation. So in this video, it's just Eric and I talking about safety and how do we keep the good things going. So I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to go get some ice cream at the creamery, peanut butter cup. So please subscribe below if you haven't already. And if you went to Penn State or ate at the creamery, I want you to comment on what's your favorite ice cream. Thanks. Hi, I'm here with Eric Craig, the certified health physicist. Eric, how long have you worked here, and what do you like most about working here?
I've worked here since October 2021, and so that's about a year and a half. And what I like most working about here is just the people and the camaraderie around here. You know, we have a good group of people working together towards a common cause, and it's exciting to push things along and get things done, and it's a good place to work with regards to that. Lots of good friends I've made here in a year and a half, so that's why I like working here.
Yeah, well, great to have you on the team. Today we want to talk about safety.
Why do you think the nuclear power industry is so safe compared to other towards other power generating capabilities?
Yeah, so I think the nuclear industry, I know I worked in the Navy, I worked at Westinghouse, I traveled all over the country, different power plants. It's really about the people, right? The people is what makes nuclear power safe. I think it's some of the most professional people in the industry. I'm fortunate as I go around the industry and get to talk to other plant managers. Really proud of our workforce, what they do, and it has to do all about us and the workforce. So.
Yeah, that's what I've seen too, working in construction to here. You know, this totally different topic and different people here. You know, just safety's the top of the message. So, obviously, being in management, you don't get your hands dirty much at work. But what do you do when you go home? Like, how do you take the safety stuff home and, you know, think about safety not only here at the plant but at home?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I didn't always, and it really occurred to me when we had our children. I gave an example, you know, cutting grass. You know, I would myself would not wear safety glasses or hair protection cutting my grass, but as soon as my son Oliver was old enough to cut the grass, I said, make sure you wear those hearing protection and eye protection. So that was really an eye-opener for me. It made me think about things differently, and ever since that day, you know, I've been looking at everything I do at home differently. Like, why am I doing it different at work? Why am I doing it at home? And what am I actually risking for myself, you know? So that's why I do it safe at home.
So you said a couple key things there that, you know, safety wasn't always in your forefront. You had to work at it, which I think is good, and I think a lot of people, you know, not everybody's naturally safe, and I think that's an exciting thing. You know, there's room for improvement for everybody, so I like that. Rolling into that, you know, thinking about the people at home, you know, we're rolling on 6 months of no OSHA on 4/17 of 2022 here. So that's an exciting day for us. You know, we haven't been 6 months with no OSHA recordable injuries, and not to mention no minor injuries this year yet. What does that mean to you as, you know, a plant manager and just a member of the population of the site?
Yeah, it's really exciting. You know, although we're celebrating the results, it's really about the fundamental behaviors. And those things have happened because of everyone that's watching this video. From participating in Safety Plus observations, it's a great program to recognize the good behaviors. From the safety committee, I know you're the chairman of the safety committee, and all the members out there, hazard hunts, I've seen more condition reports, and then also the site's behavior to those condition reports. They're written. I know Mike Mitchell and his group has been jumping in and fixing them that day. So when they come to the management review board, we're talking and reading about it, and Mike's already saying, it's done, it's fixed, it's done. So I appreciate that. We have a lot of work still left to do. We have a lot of lighting deficiencies, right? The lighting is a safety concern because, as you know, you can't see or walk, and it can affect that. So the other opportunities are peer-to-peer coaching, right? It's a great opportunity to make sure our coworkers go home safe every day. And you know, there's a lot of rules in nuclear power, and sometimes it's, you know, you can get distracted. Everyone has a bad day. We're all humans. We have good and bad days. We have issues at home, issues outside of work, and just peer-to-peer coaching can help make sure that we keep everyone safe and go home in the same condition.
Yeah, so you mentioned peer-to-peer coaching. Have you ever been peer-to-peer coached by someone?
Oh, yes. all the time. I really appreciate it, and I know for those folks too, it can be a little awkward, right? Peer-to-peer coaching can be awkward. I just ask that you keep doing it. It gets easier over time, and then don't be afraid to coach up. I know from myself, John Grabner, all the management team, I would be unhappy if I wasn't coached and then I ended up hurting myself. So whenever someone peer coaches on me, I thank them for it, and and move on, and I'm better for it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, it takes a lot to be coached, and I can be a representative of that. When you do
feedback's a gift, right?
Yeah, feedback and what you do with it is important. Not only getting that feedback, but then remembering it and improving for the future.
And I think too, how we respond to feedback will really that person that coached. If we don't respond right, that person won't coach again, right? So I do ask that when you get that feedback, thank the individual, right? He's doing it for the right reasons to help you be safe, and then he's more comfortable coaching in the future, and that's how we keep improving upon it.
Keep it going forward. So, we have some big work milestones ahead of us. We just talked about 6 months of being done, almost completed with our 6-month OSHA goal. We're setting a new goal for 9 months now. We didn't go right to that year because we have a big task coming out. Doing this dry cast project, and we want to stay safe during that time. So we want to, incentivize and give that goal and make it achievable and keep it on everybody's mind and fresh. Where we get that 9-month milestone, and we have another discussion like this. What do you think the key things are? Going into dry cast, some key things for the workers and people around working with that to keep in mind.
Yeah, so it's even more than just dry cast, right? The term we use is safety has no inertia, right? So we're human beings. Given no action to keep our standards high, they generally will just slowly go down over time. And that's really what it's all about, is just keep adding inertia to it. So whether it be dry cast, whether it be walking to your car, right? Walking is working. Always that high level of awareness and what I could get hurt today. What am I doing today? Yesterday didn't matter, right? It's about today going forward.
Yeah, so again, moving that forward, you talked about people coaching, what are we doing today, standards do slip over time, but how do some of the people we bring in help us reflect on what our standards are and look back at them again? So with CNRB, INPO, and these people coming in, they point out things that are wrong. What do you do with that, and what do we out there do with that every day, that feedback?
Well, that was one of the key learnings there. We talked about standards, and one of the things that we learned is, are we answering questions from memory, or are we referencing the standards, right? So that would be one of the key messages there is, that hair in your neck stands up, some flag there, you stop, you talk to your supervisor, and some of the flags that we've heard is, well, I think this is, or I believe this is. Well, let's, time out. We have the time. Let's go reference the standard, see what it says, and then go from there.
Yeah. And I like that message because that goes with safety and everything. We had some other discussions every day in our morning meetings around safety, but that's important. You may not always be referencing the standard. You may look in that standard and it hasn't changed for 2 years, and then when you go finally look at it, something's a little different that makes you safe for that day. And for that day, you picking up that standard, you can affect the whole organization and make us safer.
Well, thanks for the time, Eric.
Yeah, thank you very much. So call to action out there, everybody, participate please in all the safety things, and be mindful and help each other out and keep each other safe. Any last words?
Yep. Thanks, and have a safe and productive day. And thanks.
Thank you.